All right, you guys ready?
We're ready.
All right, this could take a second, so I'll just let you know when we're connected. I'll just say, okay, go, we're live.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
Hang on 1 second, stand by. And I'm going to be muted, but I can hear everything you guys say, so. And we're live.
Hey, everybody. I'm so glad you're with us. We're on Zoom with you. We've got our boss, Marc Sherman.
Hey, guys.
There he is. We've got Jay, who is
me.
Not in the closet today. You're in a new area because Jay's got a super sweet new microphone and looking good, Jay. And then producer Anthony, who's in his bedroom.
What's up, everybody?
And I'm here in the sunny studios. Now, could you guys get your camera on your feet? I want everyone to see. Let me see your feet.
Hold
Come
up.
on,
Hold up. What is this?
Let's see. Just put your foot up in the air. I want to see what shoes.
Well, I don't have shoes on, so.
Let me see your bare feet.
It's a sock. It's a sock.
I'm grossed out.
All right. Jay, let me see your feet.
No. There you go.
Is that another sock?
Huh?
Another sock?
Yeah, just a sock.
Yeah. How about you?
I haven't worn shoes in days.
You haven't worn shoes in days? No, you know what? I'm trying to go about this, with like working from home. I'm trying to dress as I was going into the office.
You're keeping that routine, yeah.
I am, yeah. So no, now those aren't those slippers that you were talking about on the, or are they?
No, these are my cowboy boots.
Those are not house slippers. No.
I'm the only one who goes to work. So
Right.
I'm wearing shoes, but all you guys working from home, the trend is house slippers or slippers because no one wants to bring in, we don't know if it's a fact or not, if you're bringing in coronavirus germs into your house, but a lot of people are saying no more shoes in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I was just curious.
That's been oh my gosh, it's my priest, Father Drew's calling. I hate to. I'll have to. No, I got to call him back. God bless him. He's been checking on us every other day. I mean, my goodness, we are so blessed to have someone like him in our life.
I know faith was a big part.
He called me yesterday, and I couldn't take the call, and he's calling today. He's just, getting an update on how my family's doing, and he's such. I mean, I feel. Forgive me, Father, for I am not picking.
Forgive me, Father. I'm in a Zoom meeting.
Now, we'll get. I'll get back on the phone with him with June and we'll give him an update on how we're doing. You know what? It's so great that neighbors and family, and we talk about this isolation and everything. Everyone, that's a great example of just reaching out to people and coming together. And who's that in the background there, J-Rod?
I've never seen her before in my life. That's my 13-year-old. That's Sophia.
Hey, Sophia.
And the feedback.
Oh, there we go.
Hey,
Is that Max?
Did you guys see the reporter doing her Zoom conference and her husband's naked in the shower behind her?
Did you see it? Because I didn't see it.
Several times.
Several times.
You got to be really careful with it. Hey, what cup is that, Anthony? Let me see your coffee cup.
Oh, this is Jess's little Pikachu mug. Isn't that cute? Yeah.
I like that. That's cute. I just wanted to let you know, since I'm the only one in the building, Anthony, I've been using your Starbucks mug.
Did you actually clean it out? I don't think it's been cleaned in like 2 years.
Yeah, I didn't have a mug today, and I thought, well, Anthony's not here. I'll just use yours. So, are you guys doing okay? I mean, I'm your neighbor checking in on you.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I think just trying to vary it up a little every single day to keep the kids occupied and busy and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
Is it okay to talk to Sophia? I'd love to hear what her life is like in this stay-at-home mode.
Hey, Sophia.
Would she come?
She better come if I call her.
She's been on the station a number of times.
Yeah, she has.
The vet. She's a vet.
It sounds really good too.
Yeah, she's really good.
Come here. You just have to ask several times. Eventually,
they don't listen to you.
She doesn't want to be working. She's probably got her homeschool stuff. Sophia, honey, how are you?
She can't hear you. Hold on. because they want to talk to you.
Oh, am I special?
I guess.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Sit down, honey. Sit down so we can see your pretty face. How is life like with you being at home all the time?
It's boring.
Boring. Yep.
Yeah. What do you do to keep yourself busy when you're not doing hours and hours of schoolwork?
I FaceTime my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's about it, huh?
Where
You know
would
what you
we
need to
be
do?
without FaceTime, you know? I mean, just the idea that at the very least, you have the video capabilities of connecting with your friends. That wasn't something we had when we were kids.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
never had something like this to go through either.
No.
You
not at
know?
all.
Mm-hmm.
Sophia, you know what you need to do, love? Because I know you and your dad love music. You guys need to have dance parties. I mean, I've seen your dad dance here in the studio. He is amazing.
It's
What
true.
do you
He's got
think about
moves.
that?
Looks like Cash in the background, right?
Yeah, that's Cash.
They don't listen to him.
Yeah. You guys need to get together, have family dinners, and then after dinner have a big dance party. What do you think about that,
This
Sophia?
is a professional environment.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
out of
Can
there.
tell.
No more.
Glad
Yeah,
they
you gotta
So,
know.
glad they
hey,
listen,
Marc,
Jay.
Marc, what's been going on one of our stations, and I know you're really liking it. They're asking, and I'm part of this. They're asking like theme songs. Which one do you like better? All these great questions that are kind of introducing us to our Zoom viewers that we haven't had before, because I didn't even know Zoom existed before
Right.
this. So, what kind of questions have they been asking? I mean, it's been really enjoyable.
Well, and in terms of theme songs, I mean, we're talking about best of the '80s weekends and some of the songs that are certainly appropriate, like "Don't Stand So Close to Me,"
Oh,
please, "Dancing with Myself,"
uh,
Billy Idol. They come up right away, and we were asking for a few more suggestions. Just
From a distance.
yeah,
oh,
from a
come on.
distance. Yeah,
Come
there you go.
on.
The old Bette Midler classic. But no, really, a lot of the correspondence we've been having with listeners is really about in terms of just uh, what the businesses remain open.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The whole. I mean, and you guys are doing a great job of covering it. It's how long is this going to last? What are the most recent? What's the latest mandate from the government? What's the mayor saying? And you guys keep up with that every day. I will say that part of what we're doing also is not necessarily focusing so much on the coronavirus news, unless you have good stories to pass along. A lot of what we try to offer is really an escape from that. Where you can really be overloaded by just the amount of news that is coming out every single day. A lot of it's repetitive. And it can, create, a bit of anxiety and where's the end to all of this? But what we want to do is create, some normalcy. It's about an escape from what you're hearing every day. And so, we're trying, and like I say, you guys are doing a great job of this. Just the idea of positivity and the good news that's coming from this. There's faith in the human spirit certainly is alive and well right now with all that's going on. And we see it in our neighborhood with just the outpouring of love that we have from our family and friends. And I don't know whether you guys are aware of this, but we continue to be under, in Fort Bend County, our family is under a mandatory quarantine because a few of us have tested positive for COVID-19. That's been 3 weeks ago. We're feeling much better. We're expecting the county to, and this is specific to Fort Bend County. They're sending a healthcare representative over to the House to do another test. It's a clearance test of which we have to test negative twice. I think I may have told you that in the last time we had a Zoom. But that's going to happen sometime this week. But part of that isolation that we have in our family has set up such an opportunity to be blessed by so many neighbors and friends who are dropping by and offering if it's from flowers to fruit to groceries, they leave it at the front door. We keep our social distancing and and wearing the masks and the gloves and what have you, and then but that's been that's almost overwhelming how much love we've received from all of this. So
we're always looking for the silver linings.
yeah,
And
exactly. And you guys do such a
that
great job of finding it. You really do.
truly, you see people's true nature in situations like this, good and bad.
Right.
You really do. I mean, you really do. And you mentioned some of the good news. I mean, to find out that Mattress Mac is on the strike force, force task force for our state.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of the consultants in opening up businesses. What he's doing now for small businesses in our community is incredible. Do you guys know what he's doing? I mean, you send in your small business, you send in a 20-second video of your business. Explain how you're operating right now, whether it's curbside, whether it's online, and he will advertise your business for free. The 20-second video, go to galleryfurniture.com, and he is going to start advertising businesses and how they are opening up. Now, he did this before our governor said that we're going to start doing the retail to go, which is starting to happen now in our state, which is, say you want to go to Kohl's, shop online, you go to the Kohl's store, and they will put your item in your car, in your trunk. It's like first class service now.
Yep.
It's amazing. So if you're wanting to try to get back to normal and you want to get your clothes, your jewelry, I mean, I heard Greg Abbott talking about it, our governor, order it. And then the stores will provide it for you curbside. And that way you can keep your social distancing. You're not allowed in the stores yet, but at least stores can start selling again. I love that.
Yeah.
So what if I buy something, but then maybe it's the wrong size and I got to return it? Do they take it out of my car too?
You know, and I'll bet, Jay, you know, so many businesses are learning how to do business in this coronavirus environment. And there are a lot of smart people. The businesses that will survive are the businesses that can adapt. And Jay, I bet they'll have a special customer service VIP experience for you. You go try it. You go buy something, Jay, and see what they do if it's the wrong size. Because I know you're one who has to feel it and touch it, and you want to get into the store. But give it a try. See how it works for you. I'm excited to go shopping.
I'm very tactile. But you know, you mentioned the how businesses have to adapt, and you see that everywhere. You see the restaurants with tents set up outside and menus, you know, set up outside, and it's really interesting. And you know, we've never experienced anything like this, so we are kind of learning as we go. But it is neat to see everyone kind of adapt to their adaptations, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I love. Bob and I went to Papacito's yesterday, the one on I-45, and we ordered online outside on a side street.
Yeah.
And then we waited 15 minutes and we drove up. They had all the flags out, you know, and you drive up to the drop-off area.
Sure.
And he said, "Are you here to pick up an order?" And we said, "Yes. Would you like me to put it in your trunk or in your back seat?" I mean, and the order was fantastic. We had chicken fajitas. It was perfect. And we found a little patch of grass and sat out there and had a little picnic. And it was so nice. So I think that we can help businesses and still get that sense of normalcy. And I know Thursday is our
Take us to your table.
Take us to your table, where we're all supposed to go to our favorite restaurant for curbside or drive-through, and just help them stay in business, because the thing that we don't want is our favorite places going out of business, so that when our state is completely open, they're not there anymore. So that's why, you know, if you can keep frequenting your favorite places, and now that it's the retail to go, it's a whole new way of doing some.
Dana, you'd mentioned wanting to. So you went to Papacito's. Is there a place when we get back to a sense of normalcy? Are there restaurants that you know, you guys can't wait to get to?
You know, for me, I miss the Astros games. You know, if all this stuff went away, I would love to be sitting at Minute Maid Park watching a game, maybe a concert even up at the Pavilion or at Smart Financial Center.
Yeah.
I just want to go out and I want to sit somewhere and have them do the show, provide the show.
Right.
Oh, let me ask you this. If you guys, we go to these venues, go back into a restaurant, what if the restaurant wants to take your temperature, and will you go to venues with gloves and masks on?
Yeah, I would.
I probably would. Yeah.
I mean, if that's the way we're going to get back to some degree of normalcy to begin with. It's, you know, until I'm confident that that we will, have what am I trying to think of it? And some type of inoculation, something that's going to kill this virus.
Mm-hmm.
A vaccine. But until then, yes, if that means that there's an inconvenience of having your temperature taken before you go into a venue, or whatever, social distancing, or however, whatever we need to do until we reach that point in order to be able to enjoy some of those, of the entertainment that, what, we have taken that for granted. It's been part of our lives. Yeah, you take that away. Yeah, I'm all about doing whatever it takes in order to go back and get back to Minute Maid Park or NRG or Smart Financial Center or any one of our favorite restaurants. So if that's, that's what it means, I'm all for it.
The vaccine is so controversial because you look at the flu vaccine. I mean, thousands of people die of the flu, and the flu vaccine, is only 30% effective for all the different strains of flu.
Yeah.
So the vaccines always, I don't know. I get really, I'm such a non-pill, I'm just try to be as healthy, and vaccines concern me. I'm not too keen on the vaccine part of it. Like if the entire country has to have a vaccine,
right?
That's almost impinging on your rights. But yet, it's individual versus society. It's one of those crazy questions. And I bet that question is going to come up in a lot of college courses once the kids are back to school. It'll be a great debate question.
I just think that if and when a vaccine is developed, when that becomes available, regardless of who has it, who gets it, or who has access to it, I think that's the point where we actually go back to 100% normalcy. If it means next year, I mean, and I'm hearing, I don't think, maybe you guys have heard this, even like for colleges in the fall. I have a couple of friends who teach courses at a smaller college in Pennsylvania. They're saying that they're hearing that fall courses will remain to be online. There is no student orientation for incoming freshmen going on campuses.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that's specific of their situation, and maybe that'll be more. Maybe that's a broader point that maybe maybe it's something that happens across all campuses. But that's what they're hearing now, and the idea of online that online classes will continue through the remainder of this year, and then into next year, maybe we'll see a bit of normalcy in that regard.
Hey, can I ask you about these college people that you know? Mm-hmm. So let's consider this. I know that college loans, you do not have to pay them off right now. We've got this long grace period. But what if colleges are online next year? Does that mean we get a huge discount? I mean,
what? Know. That's one thing that that's a great question. That I don't know.
Think about that.
Yeah, because you're not paying to go to a place, right?
No housing.
Yeah.
Yep. Those types of savings.
I mean, that's amazing. That's kind of like our gas savings right now with oil just historically dropping below zero yesterday.
Not good news for those who own housing in areas in college areas. There lies the challenge of a revenue stream be temporarily taken away. But yeah, that could come into play here through the fall anyway.
Yeah. Oh, it's just you think about the effects. Some businesses are doing great. They've never had hand sanitizers. We mentioned Chloe Dow. She's a fashion designer and an amazing lady, and she started making face masks, like designer face masks. But yet her fashion business is hurting until we do the retail, the retail to go. She's going to start that up again. But you look at so many businesses that we never even recognized them before, and now they're just booming. And yet businesses that we took for granted before, people are going out of business. It's just a weird phenom that we're going through.
It's kind of one of those. It's one of those things that helps restore your faith in people, right? When you see these companies who make one thing, but they adapt to make sanitizer, make the PPE, make the masks. We see neighbors offering to help neighbors, Mark Sherman, and not just in your neighborhood, but ours too.
Sure.
And we have people here who know how to sew, and they make the masks, and they shop for other people, and then they even put it on the message boards where it's like, hey, I've got some extra rolls of this. I've got some extra chicken. I've got whatever for anyone who needs it. And it's such a neat thing to see.
I'm blown away by how quickly society has changed. We've been going through this, we're now a month and a half, maybe a month in.
Yeah.
Has it been that long? Yeah. Jeez.
And our world has totally turned upside down. And I'm wondering, Jay, talking to your little girl and, the kids in school, they're missing graduations, proms, all these events that you live for. I mean, you go through school and you can't wait for your prom. How is this affecting people's mental health? That's the thing that keeps breaking my heart, the mental health aspect of this.
But at least we have some way of acknowledging it, right? Whether it be postponing it to a later date or even doing it
virtually,
streaming it in some way. Like, it may not be ideal, but it's something. And a lot of people are just having to do it right now. A lot of us are having to figure out how to use Teams, how to use Zoom, how to use Skype, how to FaceTime. And at least we have this.
Hey, Jay, while you're talking about this serious stuff, there's a dance going on behind you. I see hands in the back.
Well, you asked for a dance party, Dane. There it is.
There it is.
Is that what they're doing? I mean, if we could just have a little levity and just have some fun. Are they dancing in the background trying to get on camera?
I don't know what they're doing. What are you guys doing?
They are. They're dancing. I love it. Now, who do we have here? Who's in the picture here?
That's Anna Rose right there. That's Sophie over there. Cash is back there somewhere.
This reminds me of the scientist who was doing a conference, remember? And his kids kept coming in the room. Do you remember that video that went viral? And then the mom came into the room and pulled the kids out, horrified. Yeah, Jay, I see that you take our Zoom conference very seriously with your kids.
I am at work, guys.
That's real. That is real life right there, Dane.
My lounge
Look
pants.
at that. There's the dog. There's the dog.
Tail wagging. There's a tail wagging in the background. That's always a good sign.
That's Cash's.
Cash's tail wagging.
Yeah. He's happy.
Hey, Anna Rose has the moves, Jay. Now I know where you get them from.
They're practicing their TikTok moves.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All day, air day.
Yeah.
I see. They're doing good. They're doing good. Hey, what shows have they been watching? Have they been loving on the Disney Plus?
No, I haven't told them we have that, actually. I'm not quite done with it. Hey, what are y'all watching right now? You watching Victorious?
YouTube, TikTok.
What are you watching on apps, Netflix, whatever? She doesn't know what she's watching. This is what I deal with. Y'all need to go back to school.
We watched the Aladdin last night, the Guy Ritchie Aladdin. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Oh, it is phenomenal with oh gosh, the I'm Legend. He starred in I'm Legend.
Will Smith?
Will Smith?
Yeah,
oh, the live action one. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah,
that's him or the vampires.
Yeah, that's really good, actually.
I hadn't seen that one, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. That brought a lot of joy into our living room. Really cool stuff. Anthony, what are you doing at home? I know it's you, Jess, and the dog.
Yeah, it's been us, and it's been okay so far. We've been helping out her mom a lot. Her mom's in the the at-risk demographic, so she can't really go anywhere. We've been doing a lot of shopping for her. Her neighbors as well. We've actually started almost like a text thread, what do you need type of thing. And so we went yesterday and we probably I think we shopped for 3 or 4 of so her mom and then all her neighbors. And it's a big list, and it takes a while. And then, we're getting all these things and then, making sure they're disinfected and taking care of all those things and, wearing the mask and then we'll actually go and then drop them off and deliver. So that's been us. We've just been trying to help people out. And, it's kind of like we've been talking about, on our neighbor page, a lot of these subgroups have popped up hey, I'm making masks or I've got these things, can we deliver them or who needs these? I can share these. And that's been really helpful for us just to kind of, just when you're helping people, we find, it makes everything a lot easier. And especially so for me personally, being a musician, gigs have dried up through, I think I got a cancellation for one in August, believe it or not, because they don't think, they just don't think anybody's going to be, getting together or able to
We
get
can't
together.
yet. Yeah. We can't
And
yet.
and then of course, most of the things that I'm playing are, groups of well over 10 people. And so the idea, and I think even the idea, as much as people want to like see each other, the idea of like a group hangout at this point is just it's too scary for anybody to really consider right now. So,
Yeah.
Robert and I have toyed, my band mate and I have toyed, the idea of trying to maybe do like like you've seen these bands. They did it on the One World, Jay, Saturday. We were talking about it. Where, those remote concerts where everybody's in like a different location. There's there's a lot to set up, for something like that, but we're just trying to find ways, like, because, we just miss playing. I haven't played since, shoot, it's probably been, I think early March, like first weekend in March was the last one I did. But there's nothing in sight. Like,
and I've
nothing
said
at all.
this to you before, Anthony, and I'll tell you, Kathleen Hernandez, just want to give a big shout out to you. Thank you so much, Kathleen, for listening. Jordan from Friendswood says Jordan's losing her or his, I don't know if Jordan is a guy or a girl, but losing their mind trying to get the kids to stay focused with this homeschooling. And Jay, you're going through it. Anthony, I have a suggestion where you can help out people like Jordan. You should do online music lessons.
Oh, the lessons. Well, I've talked about it a lot. I've been asked a lot of times to if I would give lessons, but since I taught myself, I never thought I was actually good enough to give lessons, or if I'd be teaching like the wrong thing. I have all my guitar equipment over here. None of it's like, plugged in for something like this, but
could you just play a little song for us just so we can watch you?
I don't think you'd be able to hear it. That's the only thing. Nothing's plugged in. It's all my electric. My acoustics are downstairs, but just so you can see it.
Hey, by the way, Jordan is a first responder who is connected with us while doing their son's school online. And Jay, you can relate to this. Jordan's saying that it's becoming their own schooling, and Jordan is losing my mind.
That's what I said. Yeah. Yep.
It's hard, man. Like I've got 2 fourth graders and a 7th grader, and having to go back and relearn all those things that I've already learned and forgotten.
Yeah.
That's hard for me.
I hear a lot of parents who are struggling, but there are so many parents who are loving teaching their kids the opportunity to be home, to be quiet and in the moment. They're just loving being able to teach their kids. And I agree. I love being a teacher to my kids. I just think it's so much fun. There's so many great activities. I know the online schooling from the schools, but you can go above and beyond that. I mean, the world's your oyster with Google.
My kids just like to do just enough to, a D is passing in their mind.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, Dad.
Jay, D is for diploma.
That's right.
Never heard that. D is for diploma.
Oh, there's the sage advice that I give. Yeah.
Aim high.
No, aim low and avoid disappointment.
Guys, and we are slowly but surely getting back to normal. In our state, Texas is paving the way for the rest of the country, which is incredible. How are you kind of a sign of normalcy? Go, Anthony.
A sign of normalcy. Honestly, seeing you guys, like I miss seeing you every day. Like, and so, the working from home has been a little bit of a struggle, just the tech side of it, just, not seeing those faces that you're used to seeing. And, it's, like just seeing people, like for me is just, I missed it more than I thought I would, cause like I'm one of those guys that likes the quiet and stuff, and, just, having, time to myself. But man, I have really missed seeing all of you guys. Like just, being away has been a struggle for me. Like just not having that energy, that positivity that you guys bring all the time. Just,
like the mania. See, you're liking the mania.
Your mania. Yeah. Dare I say I missed it, Dane? I may have.
It's like
I missed it.
Traffic, right?
Yeah. No, I don't miss traffic. No, I don't miss traffic. No. I would never agree to that.
A sign of normalcy for me was when I could walk into any grocery store and find what I needed, because I took that for granted for so long. And then we went through a time where we couldn't find meat, we couldn't find toilet paper, we couldn't find paper towels, Kleenex, still can't find sanitizer, although it is becoming more and more available, just not the brands that we like, right? Like the gooey stuff. It's more of a liquid type, from a distillery or something that converted. But now that now that we're able to go and I can buy chicken and buy steak and buy whatever, that, it kind of brings us back to the way we were.
Yeah, good point. Marc,
Mhm.
what's a sign of normalcy for you? A negative test?
Yeah, that would be it. And I'm not, you know what? I'm not there yet. I cannot think of one thing, not one aspect of my life, because I haven't been in the office since March 23rd,
Right.
have not been out of the house since that week. So, I mean, signs of normalcy. I mean, I like the fact that our church has mass online, and we put that up on our Apple TV. So every week, that's something to look forward to. There's a bit of normalcy, but that's not even normal.
Yeah.
I honestly, I cannot think of anything. I mean, now I take that back. Feeling better. So having had having tested positive, I do feel so much better. So there is a sign of normalcy. And like I say, it's been 3 weeks since I tested positive. I have every reason to believe that I would test negative if being tested today. So there's a sense of normalcy. I'm back to doing everything that I could do without having to struggle with fatigue and fever. And
All right, let me ask you this. Are you back to loving your fun candy bars again? Your fun size candy
heck
bars?
yes.
Well, there you
Absolutely.
go.
Yeah, I'm back. Yes. I am. Yeah. Appetite is back. The weight that I've lost, I'm starting to find.
There you
good.
go.
There's the silver lining.
The silver lining, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was
No,
looking
you're
for.
right. There it is. The
Here's my
food.
Mark Sherman.
Yes, the food. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, there's plenty of food around. You got to frequent your favorite restaurants. Let's keep them in business. And we'll just keep doing these Zoom conferences, kind of find out where everybody is. When do you think we're all going to be back in the office together?
October
Good call.
2021.
October.
Stop.
Hey, real
No.
quick, just a couple more comments here. Jordan Monroe is a girl.
Okay, Jordan.
Jordin,
Hey, Jordan.
Jordan Monroe. So thank you for that. Bobby
Perfect.
Tucker says a thing that she misses is missing hugging my kids and my grandkids.
Mhm.
Oh, I love that.
That's a great thing.
Yep. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
And me being home with my 83-year-old parents, they sit in, because I'm out. And when I get home, no kisses. They sit on one end of the room, and I'm washing my hands and making their dinner, always very aware of, those droplets, always thinking about those droplets.
Yep.
And I no longer wear my shoes in the house, Anthony, for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah. No, I mean, and to that point too, Jess's mom, I mean, she goes in for the hug, right? Because that's just what you're used to doing. And it's like I had to like
Just
step
fist
back.
bump now.
I was scared to even do that. Like, because we just came from the store, and so, and again, we're clean and we're washing and everything, but that's just, that natural reaction you have to just go in and I felt so bad. I was like, oh, like, I just didn't want to chance it,
Yeah. Well, keep yourself safe, guys. And Marc, when can we do our next Zoom? I love doing this.
I do too. Hey, I'm game whenever you guys. We've been doing things like once a week. I'm okay with increasing it if you guys are good with it, because I love seeing you guys. I really do.
That's a sense of normalcy for me. Yeah.
Check in Thursday and Friday as our state starts opening. Maybe we can see how it's working and seeing if there are other signs of normalcy. In the meantime, we are, a lot of people struggling they haven't gotten their stimulus check yet.
Right.
Here on Sunny, we're giving you $1,000, and it's super easy to win it. We do it 12 times a day.
In fact, do we have one coming up here in about 20? Well, it's 10:42.
10:42.
So what? Just after 11? We have another.
Just after 11.
Just after 11. Yep.
Okay.
Got another one. Listen carefully. We had some calls from a woman this morning. She thought the word was banks, but it was actually thanks.
Thanks.
So listen carefully. Yeah. We say it, we spell it, and we say it again to make it easier for you to win $1,000. And again, another one's coming up just after 11. So stick around. Keep listening, because we are here to help pay those bills and bring you a little joy into your life. Okay?
Okay. Thanks.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you soon, and everyone take care. Everyone's saying stay safe. I say stay healthy. Stay
safe and stay healthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah. And we'll talk to you soon. And guys, we'll be back in the morning.
Looking forward to it.
Take care, everybody.
All right, and we're out. Great.
Thanks for that, Jay.
Awesome.
Yep, that's great stuff. I